Hey Tim.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I am feeling connected, feeling closer to you than most weeks that we do this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it seems that I might be in Richmond.
Richmond, high five through the
High
oh
five.
there it is. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Oh
tap,
there it
tap.
is.
Oh.
Yeah, Tim's in town. We're actually recording together for like the first time since our like first podcast.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So happy you're here. Happy we've been able to hang out and have a good time.
I know we shared all the things that we share. Love for eating,
Love some
love
food.
for, you know, gaming.
We've been gaming a little bit, that's true. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I haven't seen this amount of black people um since a while, and I really appreciate it.
Yes, your undisclosed location is a bit
It's a bit pasty.
pasty.
It's 84% pasty. Um, and I didn't realize what that meant. I just assumed that, 7% was enough, but it's not.
It's all right. Yeah.
But yes, so to my left, to my right, there's black all around, and I appreciate it.
Yay.
Richmond, you're wonderful.
Love you. Back home.
Yeah, but
So, can we address the timely issue at hand?
of course, yes.
Are
The-
you Team Gale or Team PETA?
Listen, so
And a little, a little bit of context for the listeners. So, my one of our friends, Lisa, who we've mentioned once or twice here on the podcast. Hello, Lisa.
hi, Lisa.
Lisa sent me a Snapchat saying like Gale for life, and I was like, hold up. First off, is this 2011? Where's this coming from? Secondly, Team PETA all the way. I was so mad at her. I was
First of
like,
all,
how
the
could you?
truth will always be in season. So I just want to let everyone know that Katniss is the real enemy.
Oh!
Uh,
Oh,
because
wow.
she's playing two people.
Hmm.
And if this were a gender swap,
Yeah.
how would y'all feel
Oh, wow. Okay.
about this love story?
This sounds like you don't want to take a side on Team PETA and Team Gale. This is what this is reading to me.
No, I'm really getting into the nitty gritty of it, and
Sure.
I'm getting down to the root,
Oh,
which
the
is
roots.
Katniss. Because
Hmm.
on one side, I love the book of PETA,
Uh
but
huh.
the other side, I understand that if I was in Gail's shoes and I wanted to run away with the person that I just thought, was going to be my significant other, and she said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And then, yes, by happenstance, she had to go away for her sister. We understand that. We love her for that. Then she gets on TV and started making out with the baker's kid
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
and, making googly eyes and falling in love, and then come back and talking about that was never true. That was just TV. I love you. We good. And then you make out with him on the cameras. What was he supposed to think? Like, he's up in the air. He's like, I see one thing, you're telling me another thing. It sounds like gaslighting to me. Um, and then, yes, in the end, he went a little because he was gaslit. He was tired of the mess.
Ladies and gentlemen, what Tim's trying to get to kind of like twirl around is Gale rather either directly or indirectly killed Katniss's sister. And
Indirectly. Yes.
there's argument that maybe it was directly, and
Indirectly.
it's fine, whatever. So
Indirectly.
it's an automatic no. It's an automatic no. I know that there
Listen,
are circumstances up until that point, but once you start killing my family members,
indirectly.
we're not dating anymore. This is not
And
gonna
that's
be.
fine. That's fine. But before
You
the
showed me
death,
what you're capable of. Thank you.
and you had been showed me what you was capable of.
And he should have walked. It's not his fault. It's not my fault that you whipped. You want
You
to keep
act
coming
like,
back.
oh, Wow. So we're
What?
really getting into it.
Yeah, he was coming back to the pain. He wanted the pain. He kept coming back to me, and that is not my fault.
This sounds like victim blaming to me.
I'm just saying what it is. I'm just saying what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're Team Katniss
I'm
in
Team
all of this.
PETA. I want carbs in my belly. I want Baker Sun.
First of all,
I
we
want.
don't know that Liam was not we don't know
Not
that
okay. Okay.
that Gail
Oh,
was not baking. Um
he was shooting game and stuff, but he wasn't baking nothing.
but he was feeding his family.
This is great. This is great. He's also
And
capable
they
of
had that in
killing my
common.
sister.
And then they had that in common. But before all of that, let's talk
Don't
about
talk about all before that. This is what it is. This is the
well, we can't
result.
talk about the history that results in what happens.
We can. I don't know what you expect to gain
Wow.
from that, but sure, go for it.
Child, I'm not getting nothing. This is a book. This is fake. Like
So I just want to say, Lisa, this is your fault. If you're listening right now, Lisa,
It
this is
is.
all your fault. You have driven a wedge
Wow.
between me and Timothy.
So we're blaming women now. Wow. In Women's History Month.
Women's
You
History
are
Month.
blaming women.
That's right. That's right. During Women's History Month, we find the ones to blame. Lisa, thank you for Lisa, thank you for listening. And driving this wedge between one of my besties. So
we love you.
love you, Lisa. Tim, we're gonna talk a little bit about food today.
Yes, because everybody eats.
Everybody eats, and we've been ate and hunty, and it's giving. I've been watching a lot of drag interviews. I'm so sorry.
It sounds like you've been listening to a lot of Katya.
Consuming a lot of Katya content.
Yes.
But we're gonna do some food. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna, to be honest, guys, we're gonna keep it loose and kind of chill today.
We're
really just kind of, huh?
Loose booty.
Loose booty. Oh, no, we'll keep it loose caboose today.
Like Lucy LaDuca.
Like Lucy LaDuca Cabusa. No, with Tim in town, we're just enjoying each other's company. So we're just gonna put something together, talk a little bit about food, have a good time, and that's that. So Tim, what you got?
I got a hi. It's Tim
And I'm Bear, and this is Cub
and Chub.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yes. Hi, yes.
Back, baby, we back.
So in true Cub and Chub fashion, we didn't get this way by exercising every day and eating a proper diet. We got this way by ingesting the foods.
We love the foods.
Yes, and I don't miss a chance to nourish what you see before you. So Bear, what were some of your favorite things that maybe your parents like made?
So my parents made. It's interesting. Like when I was like really small, my mom was like the main cook provider,
Mhm.
and she comes from a rather large family, and I think she was used to making like large quantity stuff, like big batch of chicken noodle soup, or a big thing of pasta, or something like that.
Did she come from a big family?
Yeah. She's got. She had 5 kids, and then her dad.
Yeah, so like big pot things are.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a single parent home. He worked really crazy hours, so like the older sisters like kind of ran the household. So she picked up some like cooking skills. I think she would agree with me that the ability to cook food and the ability for it to like taste amazing are like different skill sets. You know what I mean? So I don't think she would consider herself like the best cook that ever cooked.
She cooks for nourishment, not for love.
She cooks to make sure you've got something to eat.
Yeah,
like that's what she was doing with us when we were younger.
Okay.
And then eventually, like in middle school or high school, Dad like got into a culinary kick, and all of a sudden he wanted to cook. So it went from like mom doing most of the cooking, and then we go out to eat, to dad like making. And you've had dinner at our place when dad
Yeah,
makes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dad loves to cook, and he loves trying new foods, and he buys new gadgets. So
Yeah.
eventually he became the cook, and he's got a knack for it. I enjoy his cooking.
Yes. The jack of
so
all trades
a jack of
syndrome.
all trades knows how to use some seasoning, which is nice.
Yeah.
So not that mom doesn't love you, mom. But so with that said, they both kind of had a hand in like making things as I was growing up.
Mhm.
Mom has mom had this sausage bread roll thing she would make for Christmas. And it's like she had the recipe and then she lost it, and then over the last couple years she's tried to like reimagine what
Recreate
it
it.
was.
Yeah.
And I mean, and she's made some good batches, but like it's kind of like a calzone,
Mhm.
but stuffed with like Italian sausage, cheese,
Oh,
and like you would cut it
nice.
into little slices. And I remember like every Christmas, like mom's gonna make her sausage roll. Mom's gonna make her sausage roll. It's gonna be so
Yes.
good. And so that was like one of my favorite things she would make. She also had a pretty decent chicken noodle soup. She could
Mhm.
like put everything together and make it work and do some homemade chicken noodle soup that was pretty tasty. Um, Side note, one of the worst things I've ever had to eat. I love you, mom. I really, really do. She would make pasta salad, but hot. Like she wouldn't have chilled it.
Like it's warm.
Like she had just boiled the noodles with the vegetables,
Oh.
and then she would put ranch on it as like the mixing. So instead of Italian dressing, it was like ranch.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hot pasta salad in ranch. And I, I don't know how to explain that, but I was not a fan. And she would make it somewhat regularly as a side.
Yeah.
And you had to do that battle as a kid, like, I don't want to, like, I'm good. I've eaten my food. And she's like, you haven't eaten your pasta. I'm like, I really haven't. I really haven't. So I think eventually that went away. Eventually we just stopped making that, and I was very, very happy.
Yeah.
Dad, on the other hand, he's got a few like really good recipes that he puts together. He loves making barbecue, so he smokes. He does his like 48-hour smoking a pig butt thing, and has his different sauces, and that's a go-to like Christmas Eve dinner, having like the barbecue buffet, if you will. So he does really good barbecue. He can also do a really good like carnitas, like tacos and stuff. So
He also does a really good peanut soup. Like that's really
he loves a peanut soup. For those outside of Virginia, popular soup here is, I think it's called Virginia peanut soup, or it might just be peanut soup here, but it's a peanut soup that usually has a kick to it, has a little bit of heat, and he does make a good version of that. So yeah, those are kind of like what my parents go to things that I really liked. What about you?
well, so my parents both cooked, but in different ways.
Okay.
So my mother was so good at cooking just about everything.
Yeah.
She knew how to season things. It was one of those things that it was kind of a way of showing her love,
Mm-hmm.
and it emanated in every single dish. There wasn't one dish that I was just like, I'm not with this.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But also,
She never made nothing that you kind of like, even mid, anything kind of like, this is fine.
I'm really trying to think. Okay, I will say that when she was not a potato salad cooker or
Okay.
maker,
Yeah.
and I don't like potato salad because I don't
Oh,
like things with mayonnaise in
you're
it.
not a mayo based person, right?
So she when she would make potato salad, it was delicious for everybody else because they like potato salad.
Right, right.
I don't like potato salad, so it was not something that I liked.
Gotcha. So, so if it was something that you would normally eat, anything,
Yeah,
everything she made was good.
it's to the point where unfortunately I judge people based on most cookable things because I'm
Sure.
like, I know what it can taste like,
Hmm.
and yours is trash. And
Sure.
it's fine. And that's fine. Which is a lot of the reason why, um, along with people have pets, that don't eat stuff from people's houses
Hmm.
too much. Because I don't want to have to sit there and lie to you and tell you that I'm not disappointed in this thing in my mouth. So
Okay. Was I was gonna we were gonna have a quick therapy session, but
yeah.
before I do, was your dad a cooker at all? Did he have any cooking?
My dad was a griller. He also did a really good egg custard pie. My aunt also does egg custard pie. It's not the same, and it like I'm sorry, auntie, but it's not as good. It's fine. It serves a purpose. It is an egg custard pie, and people do love it. I just know that it could be better. So
Hmm.
there's that. My dad also he was a canner.
Oh, okay.
So he canned everything. He canned fruit cakes. Yeah, you can can fruit cakes.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Okay.
he canned like string beans, sweet potatoes, all different kinds, and he himself canned them
Oh, nice.
at the cannery. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
like legit in a can, not like a mason jar can, but like a legit like
Right.
could be from a grocery store can. Um,
Nice.
we did it every season. So I just grew up with good food, and it's one of those things that like to this day I go to restaurants because if I'm going to be disappointed, I would rather be disappointed with people I can sue.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So, do you mind if I try and therapize for a second?
of course.
So, um, your mother's no longer with us,
Yes, she is not.
and I was curious if some of your other people making food aversions were. I'm imagining there has to be a pedestal, right? Like, unfortunately, you cannot enjoy her cooking anymore, so there's a
Yeah.
nostalgic aspect to it too,
Yes.
right? Um, uh, do you think do you think other people food is truly that trash, or could some of this be the I remember what it was and I don't want any other memory taint, like I know what this thing should taste like to me,
Yeah.
and your crappiness is not going to move me further away from that memory. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. And I will say that some things might be that way because
Yeah.
like okay, listen. You cook you cook something and you season it properly, it'll
Hmm.
taste good. There is an but some things there are recipes for
Yeah.
that she had that like nobody like it was a family recipe that was given to her.
Right.
So and other people will try to recreate that because they don't have the recipe.
Yeah.
And it at one point and it was one of those things where it's like because my mother wasn't with me, a lot of people tried to like, oh, remember like you used to
She'd make
love
this type of
sweet potato.
cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it because I don't want to embarrass you.
Right.
So um and there were a lot of times where I would just be like, so good. Uh
I have seen your so good face. I know that face. Yep.
yes. And it's fine. Like I feel like everybody has that, right? Everybody
Mhm.
has that thing that's like, this is how this should taste.
Right.
If it doesn't taste like that, it's not good
Yeah.
to you personally. I'm not saying that can't nobody cook but my mama,
Sure.
but what I'm saying is there is a large aspect of things that she did cook that
Hmm.
I do remember
Hmm.
that if you were to cook them and they did not taste like that, I will know that they don't taste like that. Like, and I'm probably not gonna finish it. Like
Sure. Is there like one or two specific things that you're like
sweet potato pie
the
is
sweet
one
potato
of
pie?
them.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not eating. I just won't eat it.
Yeah.
Don't cook it. If you're wait, if you're cooking it for me, don't cook it because I'm not even going to entertain you.
Right.
I just be
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't like sweet potato pie because I don't like your sweet potato pie. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Mhm.
And for that reason and that reason only, I am probably 1 out of 10 Black people on the planet that prefer pumpkin pie over sweet potato pie.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then there's a thing called broccoli casserole.
Yeah. Hmm.
That it was my favorite thing that my mother cooked. She would cook
Yeah.
on my birthday every year, and it was so good. And it's not the same. I don't
Yeah.
want it.
Did she do like any kind of breading crust on hers, or was it more of like a
No, she did not do bread and crust. Like, and that's the thing. There's a lot of it's seasoning,
Yep.
but not too much crap in your food.
Mm.
Like, you don't need a lot of
It's
ingredients.
not busy. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can just let the broccoli taste. Like you can let the cheese, you can just put one cheese. One cheese is fine. Like you don't have to put Gouda and Prada and bees and
Mm.
knees. You don't have to do all of that. You don't have to
Mm.
put raisins in anything, really.
Yeah.
You don't have to try so hard um to make food taste good. Put
Yeah.
some salts and peppers and things that have flavor. You don't have to put things too much textures in
Mm.
your
Okay.
food. Um and she just understood that. She was the best. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bonnie. She was the real one.
Did you guys participate in any kind of like church baking stuff or like
So
food stuff?
she was the head cook at the church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a long time. She Yeah, so a lot of times she would do batch things because there was always a funeral. There was always,
Yeah.
a rainbow bakery thing at the church. Something was always going on at the church. So she
Hmm.
cooked a lot of things a lot. Like
Yeah.
so she cooked a lot of stuff a lot. But she
Sure.
didn't put a lot of stuff in her food. Because, when you are trying to please a big crowd of people, sometimes simple is best.
Sure.
Um, so yeah, she was that girl for the food. And I wish I had, instead of sitting around talking about how um or talking around the fact that I was homosexual but not uh saying it, or I wish I had paid attention to what she was actually doing. Because
Sure.
I was there watching her cook the stuff, talking to her, being best friends, but I was not paying attention to how much Carnation's milk she was putting in her
Sure. What?
stuff. Like I did not.
Yeah.
And also I don't like her portions of things would be different because she's cooking 12 pies and not one.
Yeah.
Like
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so like when she puts, the 5 pound bag of sugar in there, it's going into 12 pies.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
Don't know what.
sugar is in
Yeah.
each pie. Like, I don't.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I've always been jealous of people who can like, I, when me and Al have been into, he's gotten me into baking a little bit, and so you figure out like how to do something and you make one of something. And when I see people who can batch cook, I'm
Yeah.
like, and figure out those things, it's like, at that level, is there too much salt or too much sugar, or
Yeah.
like how do you?
And
Yeah.
she like I would ask her little things like that. I'd be like, how do you know? And she was like, it changes color, or it
It.
starts like she would be like, oh, do you hear the beater? It
Yeah.
sounds different once you put enough eggs in. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I was like, girl, the frequency of the beater is
The
not my
frequency.
thing.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A true cook.
Yeah.
Get it, Bonnie. Oh.
But yeah, so I come from a good stock of cookers, so I don't really eat at people's houses. Sorry, y'all. Love
That's all right.
you. I
We all
just
get
won't
it.
be eating your cat hair. So,
Oh,
oh,
oh.
who was it?
It was nobody. That was on silent. I forgot I set an alarm for Sunday for a job thing.
Oh, oh,
And we're gonna three, two. So Tim, I was curious. Do you have a food ambassador in your life? Somebody who like opened up your mind to like different types of food, or like, oh, I've never had that before, or like they encouraged you to try new things. Like,
um, I will say maybe you.
oh, okay, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Um, because I had a great like cook at home,
hmm,
we didn't go out a lot. We didn't
yeah.
do like we didn't every now oh every Mother's Day we went to Red Lobster. So because my mom was like, I will not cook on Mother's
I
Day.
won't be doing it.
Yeah. So
And I won't be eating all y'all's food either. So we will be going
exactly,
out.
absolutely not. If you want to know how Bonnie treated food,
Hmm.
here. Uh,
That's right.
so but yeah, so it really I didn't really go out until I went to college
Yeah.
and had other friends who were like, let's go to Applebee's. And I'm like, what the hell is Applebee's? What is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's a burger inside of a quesadilla.
Somewhere Al is hearing this right now going, I knew I loved him.
Yeah.
He loves that burger quesadilla. That is so funny.
I was like, this tastes good, I guess. Um, and then, I started hanging out with you and you were like, I want Asian food
Mhm.
all the time. And
All the time.
and that's why I was like, how much Chinese food do you eat? But then I realized there were other
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
types of Asian cuisine.
Yeah.
And so we did all that. And I'm trying to think if anybody else. Then I went to DC and it really like I was just
Options. Yeah.
yeah, options, limitless. At that time I was vegan and so I it was the world was my oyster. Like
Yeah.
it was like, girl, we got all the vegan options. And I was like, well then I'll be participating. So
Right.
again, not at anybody's actual house. But
No.
um yeah,
Nice.
that was cool. What about you? Who was your uh cherry popper when it comes to food?
Well, I don't know that I would call her my cherry popper because if you're listening to this, Tarky, you're my favorite. So sorry. So one of my
Shout out
best.
to you. You're a cherry popper.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. So my friend's mother, Kenny's
Mhm,
mom, Tarky,
mhm.
she grew up in a very big household. I think she had like, I think it was like 8 or 9 kids in her family, Italian background, and so
Nice.
she's just used to like big batch cooking. And before I met Kenny and started hanging out at his house, I had like a pretty not chicken nuggets and fries kind of mindset,
Mm,
but a lot of fried food and a lot
yeah,
of like Americanized food.
standard
Um,
American diet food.
yeah, yeah. And so when I started hanging out with Kenny and like she would make stuff that I liked, like I always talk to her whenever I see her. I talk to her about her broccoli and cheese soup.
Mhm.
She had this amazing cheddar soup that like I still dream about to this day.
Oh, wow.
So like I remember like having that, and then we'd have snow days, so it would just be at Kenny's house, and she would just like whip up these like fresh sandwiches and soups and like black lentil soup, and
Aw.
for birthdays she would do like Mediterranean style like mussels and like
Mhm,
fresh fish and all these things. I had an aversion to seafood because my mom's deathly allergic to it,
mhm.
and so we didn't really eat a lot of it growing up because of her allergies, and I kind of always worried that
You would
maybe
have the
I'd
same.
have it. So I
Mhm.
just never really explored with it. And then like eating at his house, it's like, well, everything she makes is so good. This must be good. So like she helped me like understand like
Yeah.
if you cook something the right way, like everything can be pretty tasty. Um, so she really opened up my world. And then Apple, uh, Derek's
Yeah.
wife, you know, her. I don't even know that she would call herself a cook,
Mm.
but she has like enough culinary skills of knowing some of the dishes she grew up with in Thailand that when she would make stuff, it's like, oh, this is so good. And she's like,
Yeah.
this is fine. I'm like, this is amazing.
But then,
Um,
like, her family's here too.
yeah,
Like,
her mom's here now. Her mom is like cooking for the household mostly, and her mom's cooking is just,
it's good.
it's
I've had it. It's
so good. Yeah,
delicious.
so tasty. And that's where like my love for like a lot of different types of Asian cuisine, like Chinese, Thai, Japanese, Indian, like everything.
Mhm.
I'm all for it. So yeah, if left to my own devices, I would eat those type of food like all the time.
Yeah.
I think Al is a little bit more into he's into everything, but some of his defaults are more kind of like American cuisine. So
Mhm.
like it helps us kind of keep the keep the menu a
Keep the
little
balance.
diversified. That's right. So yeah. So Tarky, if you're hearing this, miss you, love you, and thank you for opening up my palate.
Aw.
And my mom was not. She's like, I couldn't cook nothing for you, Bob. Like, cause I was such a picky eater, you know. And she, you know, and I'm going over to someone else like, I've had fish and I've had all this stuff, and she's like, you wouldn't eat nothing but pizza and chicken nuggets. Now you over there eating branzino and like,
Yeah.
it's like
Like,
anyway.
yeah, when it's yes.
I mean, you know what I mean. I love you, mom. I love you. Any gay. Tim, we're gonna take a quick
Not
break.
just any gay though.
We gay.
Us gay.
Us
They
gay.
gay.
We'll be right back, guys.
Bye.
And we're back, everybody. Hello.
Bye.
Cup and chub, cup and chub, cup
Ooh,
and chub, cup
we
and
do
chub.
it. That's who we
Cup
are.
and chub, cup and chub.
We are Come and Chub at gmail.com.
Oh, look at you rhyming in there. That's right. Right in. Tell us some of your favorite food stories. We are cubandchub at gmail.com.
Yes.
Look at you, Tim.
I be trying.
You be trying. So, Tim, what are some of your favorite restaurants? Like when you're willing to splurge and spend some money on food, what are some of those places you think of first?
So I, as much as I don't eat at other people's houses, you would think I go to a lot of restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. I go to sometimes the same restaurant all the time.
Mm-hmm.
One that comes to mind right now is Mekong.
Oh, Mekong.
So good.
Oh, Mekong.
It is a Asian fare. Because is it Vietnamese?
Yeah,
Or-
they would say they're Vietnamese based food. A
Okay.
lot of pho options.
Yes.
Mekong is weird because they're also a huge tap brew house, so
Yes.
they're known for having like I don't know 75 or 100 beers on tap, something stupid.
The Answer Pub or something.
And so they have that half of their restaurant too.
Yeah.
The Answer Pub, yep. But their Vietnamese food options is just it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so
And,
good.
like-
Mekong in Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
Just FYI, yeah.
Richmond. If there's another one, girl, I can't endorse that one.
Right.
But I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying I'm not endorsing it.
I don't know nothing about that.
Another favorite would probably be I don't know. I'm a big I like a drink with my meal.
Yeah.
So if you have a nice bar, I really enjoy it. I haven't gone in a long time,
Mhm.
but Station 2 in
Yeah.
Richmond, Virginia, that like the atmosphere is nice. The drinks are good, and the food's very American fare. It's burgers and whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's just a cool place to go.
Yeah, it's a cozy kind of bar spot.
Yeah. Yeah, like for some reason, like, favorites escape me. Like, I enjoy restaurant experiences. Like,
Yeah.
I like going to restaurants. I don't like cooking and then turning over and having to wash dishes. That
Right.
bothers me.
Yeah.
So, until I get a significant other that is living with me that loves to wash dishes, I won't be cooking. So restaurants are where it's at for me, and favorites, it's
Do you
hard.
have any
It's
like
really
default fast food chain, like when there's nothing around, you know that this one will have something you can eat and enjoy? I
hard.
say fast food, but any kind of chain, like kind of spot, like
Any chain. I really am trying to think and like,
I know you got down on Chipotle the other day.
oh, girl, Chipotle is. I don't even consider it a. I don't consider it a restaurant.
Right.
I don't consider it a fast food chain. I consider
Yeah.
it home. So like, I I love Chipotle.
Okay.
I actually am thinking. I was thinking actually last night. I think that I was going to order their catering so that I could
Mm.
just maybe divvy it up and have like
Oh yeah.
that because I saw that on TikTok.
Hmm.
That this lady was just getting catering from places and then divvying it up, and that's their whole weeks. And I was like, how smart, how
That's pretty
intelligent.
good.
So she might be doing that. But yeah, Chipotle is life. And I love Starbucks because all the things. Yeah.
Hey,
I was really
if you
like,
didn't know, we're gay.
yeah, I mean, right now, like,
Sponsored by baby.
hmm. Speaking of which, Starbucks, please get on this cast.
That's right. No, please, we'll happily
Yeah,
be your spokesman,
I would love to
spokespeople.
have a free grande every day. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, what about you? What are your favorites? Go tos.
So I've gotten a little snooty with my restaurant life here in Richmond. We're very
Mhm.
lucky that Richmond's restaurant scene is like one of the best in the country. If you read a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
food
true.
magazines and blogs, like the amount of restaurants that
Per
get
capita.
created here per
Yeah.
capita, the amount of like 5-star Michelin chefs that we have, like
Mhm.
it's pretty intense. So because of that, there are a few restaurants here that I absolutely love, and it's one of those things like we go to them when we have a couple extra bucks because you
Mhm.
can't be eating at some of these places every night. Shout out to Shagbark, Rodney. What's up,
Oh,
Rodney? Shagbark's
yeah.
delicious.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hi. Shout out to Le Possum. Great French fusion with the biggest gay decor I've ever seen in my life. Did we ever get to do Le Possum?
No.
Oh gosh, well, it's a 90
Maybe I'll
day
take my straight couple there tonight.
it's a 90-day wait. So
Oh, girl.
it's one of those.
I will
Um,
never go then because
we
I be
should
thinking,
we should plan. Oh, we should plan now to go for your birthday when you come for Work
you
the
know how
World.
I be. Sometimes I don't want to be doing that. Don't
We
plan
going
too far in advance. Don't plan
but
too.
we won't be able to get in there unless we do it now.
That's
I'm just
true.
saying we
That's
can.
true.
Oh,
Let's
it's so
let's
good.
do the reservation just in
Yeah,
case.
just in
Yeah.
case. Yeah, I'll. Oh God. Sorry. I start talking about La Possum and I lose my shit. Love me some La Possum. Again, got to do it sparingly.
Mhm.
Um, and then like I love a hole in the wall Thai place.
Yeah.
Like any Thai place that has some chicken basil, I'm good to go.
Oh, I
Little sticky
forgot
rice.
about Mama Siam's.
Mama Siam's in Richmond is very, very good. Love them.
Yeah, that's
Elephant Thai, they've got a few spots here that's also pretty, pretty tasty. Um, so yeah, those are some of my go-tos. I love a Panda Express in terms of like cheap
wait,
way
yeah.
go-to food. Like
Not
if
to
there's
mention their super greens are super good.
the
Like
super greens, which have been mentioned on this podcast before, the super greens are amazing.
they are.
Their portions are also like if you're trying to stay aware of what you're eating, their portions can be divvied in a way that makes sense and it's still tasty.
Mhm.
So I really appreciate that piece of it. You can get a decent tasting meal that is not like 3,000 calories, and that's kind of hard to do with a lot of fast food places.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are probably my go-tos.
Nice.
Is there any place you think of and you're like never again, or like I don't even think about them?
Uh, I there's so many of them that
So,
I literally block out. Like I block them out of my head.
like there's no reason, like because you're a vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
You don't There's no reason for you to ever go to a McDonald's, right? They don't really offer anything on that menu that
If
would
I go to McDonald's, it is to get a milkshake.
you will do a milkshake. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I would do a milkshake from McDonald's. Um, and if there were no other options available,
Hmm.
and I had no choice, like I hadn't eaten in a day, I probably would get some French fries.
Yeah, the fries. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the same, but that's the same way with most places. It's like French fries.
Is the option you
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
Like I'm not a Wendy's girl. I'm not a um oh shit, it just went away. Don't get high, people.
Burger. Yeah.
Uh,
But like Burger King, Arby's, Hardee's, any of those
yeah.
places, you're
Oh,
not really.
I don't do now listen. I forgot about listen, I don't do Arby's. And I
Oh.
love meat. But I don't do Arby's.
Okay.
And they have every reason for me to do them because that man that says that is also attractive. I don't know
Very
what they
cute.
look like,
Hmm.
but
But you know.
but I know that I don't do Arby's. It doesn't seem like it would taste good. It
Okay.
doesn't. Oh, and Hardee's. I don't do
Hardee's.
Hardee's because they drop their stuff out of the sky on the daggone commercial. Why does it look bad on the commercial? Why does it always have that beautiful chick on there eating this sloppy ass, messy ass burger that's
Yeah.
like dripping everywhere? And they're like, Hardee's. I'm like, I don't want to go there. Who's going there? Because if it don't look good on the commercial, you damn
Right.
sure know it ain't gonna look good in that wrapper.
Sure. That's fair.
So that was my rant.
No, that's pretty good. That's solid. Solid rant.
I thought, but that again, if I don't like somewhere, I don't even think about them ever again
Yeah.
until prompted, apparently.
But yeah, until probed. No, I unfortunately I have a like nasty hamburger obsession. Like I occasionally just want a greasy fast food hamburger,
Yeah.
and it could be from anywhere. Like, and I
You
probably
would go
like
to Hardee's.
oh their burgers. I fucking love them. They're so good.
Even
Again, as
the
a
name Thick Burger is nasty.
thick,
Even though I love thick with two
thick.
C's, but like I
Yeah,
love thick men. I don't need a thick burger. Like
burgers are thick. I love me a Wendy's. I love me a little junior bacon cheeseburger. No, $2, ready to go.
oh,
Yeah, I do have a love of nasty fast food. Even like I don't even like McDonald's burgers,
yeah.
but there's something in there where it's
Is
like
it a
occasionally.
burger?
I think like I
How
think
much of it is plastic?
I think by FDA standards they can still call it a burger. We are joking.
Or is it a burger product?
We are disclaimer. We are not saying that their food is fake or they don't do nothing. Like please don't come for
No.
us.
But I would like to see what they actually say on the package of meat thing.
with their
Like,
meat
is it like
packages.
kind of like how they say Sunny D is an orange drink? Like,
Yeah, no juice in there.
yeah, there's no juice. Like that Kraft cheese is cheese byproduct or whatever.
Cheese products.
Like, yeah, like does it have, is it meat something?
Right. Kraft, made in a place that also sells cheese. It's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
It's like, wait, this cheese square is how much cheese and how much?
Yeah, no, it's not
Mhm.
giving. Um, is there anything about meat that you missed him? Like, do you ever still get a craving for any kind of like meat-based products? Like,
I will say that I don't miss meat, but I do miss the flavor of things.
Mm,
So like I miss the flavor of bacon. I don't miss bacon because if you can put a little liquid smoke and some garlic and some powders together and
yeah.
put it on, you know,
So shaved
a
carrots.
tempeh, yeah,
Mhm.
like some carrots, some rice paper, and crinkle it up. There it is for me. Like
Sure.
I'm a seasoned girl. Like
Yeah.
you got to make it taste good to me.
Yeah.
So when it comes to meat, um, if it's not consenting, I don't want it.
Ooh.
For me, you
Hmm.
know.
Have you had some consenting meat recently?
Um, I'm working on it.
The cook is trying to source the product. I am
You
working on it.
know, we just gotta, wrap it up and
Tim is not a cook, but he is a butcher. Mm.
listen.
Mm-mm-mm.
I have treated a lot of meats in my life
Oh God.
with, my natural seasonings.
Oh, oh God. Oh. And with that, we'll be right back.
How rude. Anyway,
Natural seasonings everywhere.
yes, you got to spread it. The word of the day is Lex.
Bye.
That's the word. You're not gonna count me in?
Well, I was gonna ask you if you were gonna shout people out. Like,
Okay,
you got
got you.
somebody?
In
Sorry.
3, 2.
Hey, and we're
Ah,
back.
we are back.
Back.
Oh,
Duck, duck.
love you,
So,
Anitra.
oh, Anitra. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. Tim, you got somebody gonna shout out this week?
Yes, as we wrap this thing up like a bow, I want to shout out Matt Greens. He is on TikTok. He likes a lot of our things, and I just appreciate a good like,
Hmm.
good comment, if you will. So thanks and shout you out. Hi, Matt Greens. We love you.
Hi, Matt. Thank you so much.
Bear, what are you living for today?
What I'm living for is Chat GPT. I've been
Ooh,
talking to you a little bit about this, Tim, but
I have.
I have been in a rabbit hole of Chat GPT videos and talking to that thing. I have solved a couple problems at work with Chat GPT. I have
Mm,
gotten some recipes I'm very excited about trying.
okay.
I have um, I can't even explain. I got some like business ideas that helped me with like some lyrics I was trying to figure out, like a rhyming scheme too. This thing
Ooh,
is this thing is this is a game changer in
yes.
terms of accessibility
Yeah,
to
changing the
AI.
landscape of what we think about like creativity
Yeah.
and
Yeah. So I've just been lost in that and like really excited about the possibilities. And I even asked it how to build a Twitter bot to promote our podcast. Like the Python code to build a Twitter bot and let it comment on things and get our podcast out there. That's this thing's crazy.
I mean,
Um
as we for grow more and more into the digital age, we're
mhm.
going to need those things because our brains are but so vast.
Yeah.
But the internet is a literal, beautiful,
Oh.
tasty black hole.
Oh,
Um,
oh, oh, that went so many different ways than I was expecting. Okay.
and I appreciate it so much. Like I do appreciate all the BIPOC people that are out there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You really turned that around. Tim, what are you living for this week?
I'm living for black hole. No.
Woo!
No.
One kiss is all it takes.
Yeah. No, I'm living for our friendship. I
Oh,
love you a whole lot. Love you.
oh.
I love you a whole lot.
Oh, not being real. Are you being real right now?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Oh my God. Don't cry on camera.
Girl, I think we've been there, done that.
Real Housewives of Ohio. No, baby.
Oh, no, I appreciate you. And I've enjoyed this weekend that I got to spend with you and Al. And yeah, I living for us in Richmond, and I think I've decided that Richmond is where I probably will say home is. So
welcome home, baby.
Thank you.
That's right.
All right, now I'm back to being a bitch.
Bitch mode, re-engaged.
I'm in my bitch era, as MIB says. Men in Black.
What do we got? We got follow us everywhere. You got something funny for the follow? Go.
Follow us anywhere your mom is stalking you secretly but not letting you know, because she wants to know any and everything that you are and where you lay your head, be it with somebody that's inappropriate or otherwise. She wants to know all these things, and so she wants to stalk you on the internet, and we have internetal things.
And what's that handle, Tim?
It is we are cubandchub@gmail.com. We also have handles for social media, and that would be Cub and Chub.
That's right.
CUBANDCHUB. That's me. Yes.
That's
I'm
right.
shit at promotions. Don't do me.
No. You did a great job. But just to reiterate, that is we are Cub and Chub at gmail.com is our email. Mm-hmm. You can follow us everywhere with the mom stuff at Cub and Chub. So please follow us. You can get our merch if you go to linktree.com/Cub and Chub. All of our links are there.
Linktree.
Link the tree. Email us again. Let us know what you think about favorite foods, favorite restaurants, relationship with food, all that kind of fun stuff. But
also, if you have an idea of a 6'5" or above melanated beautiful gender whatever masculine based person that would love to participate in the joy of knowing me, send that over as well, with comments or emails, whatever.
Maybe we'll go talk to open chat GPT and see if they know something too.
Girl, I don't need no AI boyfriend.
no, they'll just tell you to move to Atlanta, right?
I don't need to know. I already know that I should be there.
Woo, hot Atlanta.
One of my friends just moved to Atlanta recently, and I was like, damn, I'm so jealous. But also, I will find my way down there. I'm just not ready for all that yet.
Yeah, as soon as you figure out, aggressive. They are aggressive, and you know what? As soon as you figure out how to control the weather, it's a bit hot down there, but you'll make it work.
I mean, there are air conditionings, which I'm just trying to get up enough money to afford. So,
amen.
Yes. But yeah, we love y'all, and we will talk to you soon.
See you next week, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.